Wow, feels like a semi-major success today. We started the day in thick rain, tried to wait it out for a while. It wasn't going anywhere, decided we just had to blast through it. And we've got a lot of video of that. I think I'll show you little bits and pieces of that, because that just went from bad to worse when we ran into I don't know, our nav system took us somewhere where there was a bridge out and we couldn't go that way, and trying to find the right way to go, and added
It didn't say
ton
where
of
the detour
kilometers.
was.
So we ended up riding a lot more. So at any rate, at some point we came out of all that, got on the right road, sun came out, we were feeling good, we stopped for lunch. When we got back on the bikes, the sun was out, everything was great, and then we just went into another whole rain thing. It wasn't long, but it was enough just to make us roll our eyes and go, no, not again. But then we made it through that. And then we were rewarded by this sudden set of twisties just out of nowhere that went on for, I don't know, how long did they go on?
Oh my goodness, the whole way here. It was beautiful.
And Suze was carving them, man.
About
We
13,
were
yeah.
we were really cruising through. And what made it tricky is there was a lot of bumps and potholes and corduroy parts in the road, and so you'd be going around corners really quick, but then suddenly yeah, it was crazy. But we made it, and we're here at Tremblant, which turns out not to be a national park. It's a provincial park that follows national laws or something like that. But my
They call the
goodness,
Parc National du Mont Tremblant.
look at this place.
It's beautiful.
Look at this place.
Love
it
the
is
mountains.
freaking amazing here. And so yeah,
We have a path right here.
This is our site.
Trail.
The sun is out, it's warm. We couldn't get an authentic. We were going to, just because my bed's not, anyway, I'm gonna have to figure it out. I'm gonna have to try to find the leak and patch it. But the good news is we can get all our camping gear out, we can lay it on the ground, we can let it dry a bit, and then we can get about to setting up camp. So major victory. I think we were ready to give up on Tremblant this morning in the rain. We were going to say it wasn't worth the hassle of trying to get here. We did the hassle. I think it's not worth it. So fantastic, great day. From a national park to a provincial park. It works. We're on a little walk to something called Shoot the Ruts, which means Rat Falls, as in waterfalls. We're debating right now whether these are the Rat Falls or just something leading on. I think they might be the Rat Falls, because Rat Falls small. And, I'm going to show you what they look like over those ones. This is going. See what they look like over here. See if we see any rats. Oh, nice. No rats. Part of a nice little walk we're on. Very cool. And pretty close to our campsite. So that's always cool. Say hi to everybody, Susan.
Hi, everybody.
So Susan and I are still on the little halls. Wow. Hike for the Chute du Rats. And we still don't know if this is it or not, but it really is beautiful, man. This Tremblay area. Once we got the bug spray on, which is another story we're going to tell you, it is amazingly beautiful. Look at this place. And so this is just a stop on this path we're on, where this little viewing space, and you can see the, not sure how well you can see it, the water coming in this way, curving around.
The tree falling down over the water.
Yeah, a lot of trees and stuff there, and then coming back through here. Beautiful sound. And then of course this is all set in this bigger picture. Wow, amazing. Okay, so as Susan and I have been sort of walking around some of these national parks, and and finding ourselves in pubs in St. John's and cool restaurants in Quebec. There's this notion we sometimes talk about, and it's sort of familiar. If any of you are Star Trek fans, you may know the idea of the holodeck. And the holodeck was, the concept was, okay, these people are stuck on a starship, same old every day. They could go to this holodeck and create some experience, often from their memory. And the classic one was the number 2 of the ship, who was a jazz sax player, would create a jazz bar where he could go hang out and play some sax in it. And so it allowed them to sort of escape the confines of the ship. Sorry, there's still bugs around. You'll see some.
Even though we sprayed ourselves.
Yeah. So Susan and I have kind of borrowed that concept a lot to make us appreciate some of the situations we're in. We're like, look at this holodeck, as though this was all generated, you know, to give us, I don't know, respite from the boring old starship, right? And not that life is boring in any way, but I think sometimes we don't stop to appreciate the context we find ourselves in and how amazing they are. And if we were stuck in a starship, you know, maybe this is exactly what we would create to give our minds a little bit of a break. So that holodeck concept, we're in one now. This is still sort of Rat Falls. Well, it's not really Rat Falls we found. But yeah, it's a concept we might draw on again and mention now and then, and just wanted to let you know what we were talking about. So what's your favorite holodeck so far on this trip?
Oh, wow. Probably coming into Ghost Moor.
Coming into
pretty
Ghost Moor.
incredible.
That was amazing. So you know, imagine somebody who had created these mountains and vistas, and yeah, that's a pretty cool one. I'll stick with that. I have to think about it. I don't know what my favorite holodeck is. Although today, cutting through those curves, I tell you, if I was on a starship and I could feel like I was on a motorcycle cutting through curves like that, there's a lot of mental health to be had in that. I'll tell you that. so that's my thought for the day. All right, cool. That's holodecks. Holodecks. Alrighty, so Susan and I, like, we eat a lot of organic food and nutritious food, and we try to stay away from chemicals and processed stuff as much as possible. And we're almost the last people on Earth you would imagine using this, putting chemicals all over your body and hair and face, and not face, but I didn't do my face, but hands. Ugh. The bugs are that bad. So that's one of the conclusions we've come to. If we're going to stick to this national parks kind of thing,
you may need some kind of screen.
Yeah, I don't know. Right now, this seems to be the only solution we found. It works. They're starting to come back, though, so we're about to retreat to the tent, call it a night. Hey, who knew we would do this to ourselves? When they bite you enough times, then you do it. Alrighty. Good night, everybody. I can't do a peace sign with two.